Pull into any interstate rest area in the 1970s and you would see something striking. Families sprawled across concrete picnic tables, eating sandwiches pulled from metal coolers. Station wagons with wood paneling baking in the sun, vinyl seats radiating heat, children without seatbelts playing license plate games in the back, CB radios crackling with warnings about speed traps ahead. This was not vacation as leisure, this was endurance. The road trip of the 1970s existed in a strange interregnum between the optimism of post-war highway building and the efficiency of GPS navigation. It was the last era when getting there was genuinely difficult, when gas might not be available, when your engine might overheat, and when finding your destination required actual skill. Look at any family photo from a cross-country trip in the 1970s. Notice the exhaustion, the rumpled clothes, the genuine achievement in their faces. They had survived something. Between 1960 and 1970, vacation-taking Americans jumped from 60% to 80%. But the moment more people hit the roads themselves became hostile. 2 oil shocks bookended the decade. In 1973, OPEC's embargo quadrupled oil prices practically overnight. In 1979, the Iranian Revolution did it again. For American families planning summer vacations, this meant one thing: fuel anxiety. The odd, even rationing system turned gas stations into battlegrounds. Your license plate's last digit determined which days you could buy fuel. Gas lines stretched for miles. 5-hour waits were common. Station owners hung colored flags: green for available, yellow for rationing, red for sold out. Some owners carried guns because fights broke out over the last gallons. Planning a road trip meant calculating not just distance, but fuel availability. You could not assume the next town would have gas. Running out meant sitting on a scorching highway shoulder, hoping someone would stop. Then Nixon imposed the national 55 miles per hour speed limit in 1974. Highways built for 70 miles per hour suddenly crawled. 8-hour trips became 10-hour marathons. The entire country seethed with resentment at this bone-headed proclamation. CB radios exploded. Between 1974 and 1977, 25 million units were sold. 1 in 5 adults owned one. Truckers had used CB radios for years to coordinate and warn each other about police. Now families joined the conversation. Breaker, breaker. Any Smokies at mile marker 47? The CB radio became the weapon of choice against the 55 miles per hour law. The airwaves crackled constantly with drivers alerting each other to speed traps, allowing everyone to punch it between patrol cars, then slow down when warned. The cars themselves were miserable. The 1970s marked the Malaise era of American automotive engineering. Emissions regulations forced manufacturers to detune engines dramatically. A 455 cubic inch Pontiac Fave, 8 that produced 310 horsepower in 1973 dropped to 200 horsepower by 1976. Station wagons were land yachts, massive, heavy, underpowered parade floats that struggled up mountain grades. Loaded with luggage and 6 kids, they wheezed. Passing semis on 2-lane highways became genuinely dangerous because acceleration simply did not exist. Inside was worse. Most families could not afford air conditioning, and those who had it often could not run it because the struggling engine needed every bit of power. Vinyl seats dominated. In summer heat, vinyl seemed to pull every bit of moisture from your body. Your back stuck to the seat. Your legs adhered. Families draped beach towels over seats to create a barrier, but the heat remained oppressive. The smell was unforgettable. Cigarette smoke was constant because most people smoked and nobody thought twice about it with kids in the car. Exhaust fumes leaked through rusted floor panels. Hot vinyl released chemical smells in the sun. The lack of proper ventilation meant you finished the journey reeking of all of it. Children sat unrestrained. Seatbelts existed but were not required. In station wagons, children climbed into the rear facing third row or sprawled in the cargo area as if it were a mobile living room. When the car stopped suddenly, bodies flew forward. No one thought much about it. With no entertainment beyond the AM radio, which faded to static between towns, boredom became the primary enemy. Families relied on games. The license plate game was to spot plates from all 50 states. The alphabet game was to find each letter on billboards in order. I Spy stretched thin after the first hour. Then you just sat there, stared out windows, fought with siblings. Kids asked, "Are we there yet?" over and over until parents threatened to turn the car around. Waving at truckers to get them to honk their air horns provided brief entertainment. Sometimes kids got brave and mooned passing motorists, usually earning a horn blast or an angry gesture in return. Food came from coolers, metal boxes filled with ice that melted into lukewarm water by mid-afternoon. Inside were smashed sandwiches where the bread had fused with the bologna, warm Kool-Aid in a thermos, grapes that had been crushed. Fast food was not everywhere yet. You could not count on finding a McDonald's at every exit, so you packed meals and ate them at rest areas, sitting at concrete tables under metal shelters, swatting flies. When you did stop at a restaurant, it was probably Howard Johnson's or Stuckey's. Howard Johnson's dominated with over 1,000 locations by the mid-1970s. Those orange roofs and teal pyramids meant safety, clean bathrooms, air conditioning, and predictable food. The 28 flavors of ice cream were legendary. Stuckey's ruled the South with teal-blue roofs and billboards every few miles. Inside were pecan log rolls and the strangest souvenirs imaginable. Rubber snakes, Elvis memorabilia, state-themed salt and pepper shakers. Clean, air-conditioned bathrooms were the real attraction. Navigation meant AAA triptychs or road atlases. Before your trip, you would visit AAA, and a specialist would create a custom spiral-bound set of strip maps highlighting your exact route, marking construction, and noting good gas stations. This physical document was your Bible. Losing it meant genuine problems. Without it, you used a massive road atlas, and the navigator, usually Mom, traced routes with her finger while Dad drove and insisted he knew where he was going, despite clear evidence otherwise. Getting lost was expected. You would pull into a gas station, unfold your map on the hood, and ask for directions. The attendant would gesture vaguely and say, "Turn left at the red barn." You would thank him, get lost anyway, and repeat the process. The interstates themselves were mostly complete by 1976. This was efficient, but soulless. Route 66, the Mother Road, lost its official designation in pieces throughout the decade. The new highways bypassed all the quirky small-town diners and family-owned motels that had made road trips memorable. Instead, you got standardized rest areas with minimal facilities, toilets, water fountains, and concrete picnic tables. The 1976 Bicentennial became the decade's travel peak. After Vietnam and Watergate, America needed something to celebrate. The American Freedom Train toured all 48 states carrying artifacts like Washington's Constitution copy. Families planned trips around seeing it. You would wait in long lines, get herded through on moving walkways, glimpse exhibits for 3 seconds each, then leave feeling vaguely patriotic and very tired. Some travelers rejected the family station wagon entirely for custom vans. Dodge Tradesman and Ford Econolines were covered in murals, with porthole windows and interiors straight from someone's fantasy. Deep shag carpet on every surface, swivel captain's chairs, fold-out couches, sometimes waterbeds. These rolling living rooms let you sleep anywhere and travel on your own schedule. Entertainment evolved through the decade. Early on, 8-track players dominated. You would slide in a cartridge and listen to high-fidelity music, except the tapes jammed constantly, and the endless loop often split songs mid-verse. By the late 70s, cassettes took over. Smaller, more reliable, and recordable at home. The mixtape was born. Through all of this, one reality defined the experience: discomfort. Physical discomfort from heat, cramped spaces, and vinyl seats. Mental discomfort from boredom and family tension in close quarters. Logistical discomfort from gas anxiety and navigation challenges. The 1970s road trip was not about leisure. It was about endurance. Modern road trips are frictionless by comparison. GPS tells you exactly where to go. Gas is abundant. Cars are comfortable and air-conditioned. Entertainment is infinite. Food is everywhere. The journey barely registers as an obstacle. But something was lost. The 1970s road trip forced you to pay attention, to navigate, to problem solve, to endure. When you finally arrived, you had genuinely accomplished something. You had survived gas lines, engine trouble, wrong turns, family fights, and sheer boredom. The difficulty made it real. The discomfort made it memorable. The 1970s road trip was the last time getting there was legitimately hard. The last time the journey itself demanded your full attention and tested your limits. After that, travel became easy and somehow less meaningful.